Hey guys, welcome back to Advisory. Remember on Friday we talked about probability. So we're going to go ahead and practice. We're not going to brain dump today. But we are going to write down our keywords so that it can help us solve. So first we're going to start off with our mini lesson. Make sure you're writing this down because this is 4th grade. Okay, so Josue bought a multi-pack of chips at the grocery store. We know, so keywords. This is my chips. This is my number of bags. So for barbecue, it's 4. Jalapeno is 8. Cheese puffs was 7. Corn chips was 6. Okay, if he chooses the bag at random and does not replace it. So he chooses, does not replace, chooses again. They want the probability of jalapeno and corn chips. So first, let's figure out what my total is. So if I added all of these up, seven plus 6 is 13, plus 4 is 17, 17 plus 8, that's 25. So we have 25 bags. Okay, so first he chooses jalapeno. So my jalapeno is 8, and we know that we have 25 as my total. But it says that he does not replace it. So that is compound because we're dealing with multiple events. So this is compound. That means we're multiplying. But he doesn't replace it, so now we have 24 because we took out a jalapeno bag. And we are now going to get corn chips. Corn chips is 6. Let's see if we can go ahead and simplify. Can I simplify 8 and 24? Well, yeah, I can divide it by 8, right? So this would be 1. This would be 3. Can I simplify 25 and 6? I cannot. So my new problem is going to be 1 over 25 times 6 over 3. I multiply across. 6 times 1 is 6. 25 times 3 is 75. So my probability is 6 out of 75. Next problem, it says Zainidu Hair Salon orders hair products for smoothing hair. In a case, there are 24 bottles and 2 lids are broken. Based on this information, how many lids are likely to be broken if she had 120 hair smoothing products? So they want to know how many lids are broken if they have 120 bottles. Well, if I notice, I'm comparing. I have bottles and bottles, lids and lids. So let's make a proportion because we're comparing 2 things. So I'm going to put my broken lids up top. So 2 broken lids, and I don't know this one, that's why I'm going to put X. And then I have my bottles at the bottom. Okay. I have a pattern here. I I can multiply 2 times something to get 12. Or I'm sorry, to get 24. I can do 2 times 12 to get 24. So whatever I do to the left, I'm going to do to the right. So what can you multiply by 12 to get 120? Well, if I divide by 12 here and divide by 12 here, if 120 divided by 12 gives me 10. So 10 broken lids are going to be out of 120. I don't think I'm going to have enough room for the next one, so I'm going to go ahead and fold another paper and turn it over. Shout out to Jaden. Did a problem about you and your mom. Okay. Jaden's mom bought him some ramen noodles and Gatorade to take to lunch. Ooh, I wish my mom would buy me ramen noodles and Gatorade. There are 6 chicken, 4 chili lime, 2 beef, 3 shrimp. This is the ramen noodles. And then there are 8 red Gatorades and 8 blues. If he randomly chooses a ramen noodle and Gatorade, what is the probability he will choose a shrimp flavored ramen and a red flavored? So we have 2 events. So again, this is going, when we have 2 events, we're going to be multiplying. Okay, so how many total of my ramen do I have? 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. And remember, they asked for shrimp. So my shrimp is 3 out of 15. And then they picked a red Gatorade. So my total Gatorades is 16. And so, okay. Let's look at our fractions. Can I simplify 3 out of 15? I could, right? And get 1/5. Can I simplify 8 and 16? I can. I can simplify that by 8. Get 1/2. So now, if I multiply them together, I get 1 out of 10. The reason why I didn't simplify them diagonal is because I can't do 3 and 16 and 8 and 15. And so my answer was A. Okay, next problem. Shout out to Kaylee. Kaylee is playing a game with her friends. The cards are in one stack of, cards for the girls to draw. So we have lose a turn, we have earn $500, we have earn $500, we have move forward, three spaces, and we have move forward 4 spaces. Okay, if the girls draw 60 times, first off, how many total cards do I have? I have 5 of them. And how many of them are the 500 card? I have 2 of the card, right? But what does my problem say? They want to know if it's drew 60 times. How do I get from 5 to 60? Times 12. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So there would be 24 times she gets this $500 card. Okay, last problem. Shout out to Miss Tadlock. This one's about you. I hope you have a cat. I pretended that you have a cat. I hope you have a cat. And I hope his name is Charlie. I don't know. I feel like that's a good cat name, is Charlie. I don't know. I'm just talking. Okay, so Miss Tadlock bought a bag of cat toys. There are 5 catnip. There are 3 bell toys, 4 feather toys, and 4 mouse toys. Miss Tadlock randomly chooses a toy for a cat and does not replace it. So she chooses, does not replace, and she chooses again. What's the probability of her pulling a bell toy, and a feather toy? Okay, so we know that she chooses and does not replace. This is compound. This means that we're going to be multiplying. And we have 2 events. So the first time she chooses it. So let's count. How many do we have total? Well, 8 plus 8, that's 16. And the first time she chose a bell, so that's 3 out of 16. But the next time she doesn't replace it, so she took out a bell toy. So now I have 15. And she pulls a feather toy. Feather toy, that's 4. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and simplify instead of making bigger numbers. So I'm going to simplify diagonally because I can't do 3 and 16 and I can't do 4 and 15. So 4 and 16, I can simplify that by 4 and get 1 out of 4. I can simplify 3 and 15. I can simplify it by 3. So it's 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So now my new problem is 1 out of 4 times 1 out of 5. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 4 is 20. And that's it, guys. Have a wonderful day.